Welcome to the video. My name is Agent Double Sonic, and in this video we are going to be going over days 61 to 80 for my daily drawing 200 drawing prompt compilation sort of review thing. If you're new here, there's a playlist in the description here. Make sure I did it right because it's backwards. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Alright, cool. Make sure everything was good. Here is day 61. Bowling alley and pins. Make sure we're recording. And are we centered? We are. Okay, sweet. Bowling alley and pins. So this one I was on my kick for doing the whole ink. And if I remember correctly, it was during the holidays. And so I ended up having... Turn this down. I ended up having the pages already ready for paint, but I didn't bring the paints I wanted to use. That was my mistake. So I ended up doing this whole thing, and I tried to remember / non-reference a bowling alley. So sitting at a table, the bowling ball return, the lanes and stuff like that, and the score. I felt like there was too much going on for me to put scores here. So I was like, okay, it's whatever. And then this is the bowling ball going down and hitting the pins. And the lanes and stuff like that. Very, very, very basic bowling alley. Not too bad. Go ahead and go to day 62. Ah, yes. I do have some side piece. Yeah. This was Labyrinth. At the time, going back to it, I had just watched Labyrinth. Jim Henson's Labyrinth with David Bowie. And I have always seen pictures and working with Disney, people talk about this movie, never watched it. It was a good movie. It was very advanced for its time. I ended up drawing David Bowie with the crystal and everything like that. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it, but I didn't prep the paper for this one, actually. And so this is just paint thrown on just regular paper. I should have prepped it, and I did my best to cover it up and layered and everything like that and try to give the aesthetic. It's there, but it definitely could have been significantly better. Okay. Now for day 63, we had the Kraken. This one did, I think, the best out of most of my shorts. If I recall, this one I actually sat there and redid it because I wanted to do something else. Okay, yeah, we are in the frame still. I was going to have it where there was a ship being taken over by a Kraken, but this one I thought just did so much better. And I was trying to keep the colors down to a minimum. So I have pirates here, and you can't see it because originally I wanted to have two sailors on the, I'll say the deck because I don't know the exact terminology for it. But I wanted to have two here, and I was going to have the caption here and here, but I felt like that would have made it too busy and it would have distracted. So instead I have it like right here where it says, do you feel like we're being watched? And then in response it just says not in the corner. And when I did that, I have the Kraken behind with the shadow and everything, and they don't see that it's just the Kraken casting the shadow. So I did that in pencil, and then I grabbed my pink pen because I was going to do red, but I felt like that was too bold. So I did that for the shading and stuff like that. I think this was one of my favorite ones, not just because it did well, but because I truly thought it was, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. It got the point across. Now we're on day 64. Okay. I lost the footage for this one, and it was day 64, and it was the animal armadillo. And I thought of Hercules, where Pain and Panic were in a trench coat and they were like, want to buy a $1 kid. It's funny because that movie was created in the 90s, and there were so many like 80 to 90 references that low-key kind of hold up to this day. Like trench coats is just like a whole want to buy a $1 kid. So that's what the inspiration came for this one. I was still trying to stay true to just using inks and have that kind of comic-esque sort of thing going. Looking at it now, I don't really like it that much, and I'll do my rating system later. The Eiffel Tower was for day 65, and I put more time into this one than I thought I was going to because I wanted to make it just, you know, Eiffel Tower. The downside for this, I wanted to do this as a night scene, but I didn't want to have to worry about the colors, and I think I was just running low on time. So I just hastily did this, threw it, call it a day, and this is what we ended up with. Not bad. I don't do a lot of scenery because details, and I think the last real art piece that I did scenery was my Inktober from 2024 that I did last year for 2025 as a watercolor for my main channel. That's a lot, but that was like my last big one that I did. I would like to do more because I feel like learning backgrounds and just learning the fundamentals helps so much create a bigger piece. So yeah, that was a lot to just say for Eiffel Tower for day 65. And I'm sorry if this seems like I'm just boom, 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 boom. I can breathe. Okay. Yeah, considering we've done 5 pieces in less than 5 minutes, I should probably reel it back because I'm in the mindset that I need to have these go quick. But I'm also consciously aware, like the YouTube thing. Anyways, y'all didn't need to know that. Let's go ahead and go to day 66. Jack in the Box. So for some odd reason, some of these did so well and some of them did not. This one did well. I love my little factoids and my little history notes that I try to find, and I spent about roughly anywhere between, I think my shortest short was like 30 minutes, maybe 25, to like some of my longer pieces, more intricate ones, like 2.5 hours doing the art, and then another 30 to an hour depending on the video, and that's including like file transfers and stuff like that, and looking up the information and doing the recordings. Anyways, this one, drawing wise, was not that bad, and I was gonna do a lot more details, but I was like, no, Jack in the Box, I don't want it to get lost in the sauce, so I just made that and had the whole top here and there. Now for this one, I could have done more difference in the back to this because it kind of gets lost there, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think I did this one in just pure ink. Yeah, this was just pure ink. Wow, I was crazy for doing that in just ink. I don't know why I did that in nothing but ink. I obviously had a... No, I did this one in ink too. Why did I do these in just ink? I didn't do the Eiffel Tower inks, right? I did. Oh, I was doing a stint of just inks. That was bold choice. Wow. I don't like inking. That's like my kryptonite. So the fact that I did this to whatever caliber, solid. And let's just go ahead and go to 67 for Goblet. I thought of Game of Thrones. Haven't seen the show. Sorry about your dragon show. I know that's like a meme, but I thought about the one who, spoiler alert, becomes the king of, I don't even know what the place is called, of Game of Thrones kingdom, and him having a child, because I think at that point he's old enough to drink. I don't know, don't get me lying to you. But I thought of that, and then I thought of, wasn't there like some kid who was like a jerk? He was blonde. I'm getting him confused with Drake Malfoy, and no, he wasn't that show. He wasn't that show. Not Drake Malfoy character, but like it was a blonde or white-haired kid that was like a jerk. Anyways, I thought of his attitude and I guess combined the two people into this. But anyways, they're toasting the goblet filled with whatever beverage of their choice, but he has like the blushing, so take that as you will. And then I just did a throne how I thought a throne would look. I used my signature as like the emblem for the chair because why not? And yeah, goblet. That was a long term to just say goblet. Day 68. This one's actually pencil. Mutant. I had so many thoughts of what I was going to do for this one. I thought I was going to draw, because the first thing I thought of for Mutant was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was going to create Mikey, Raphael, Donatello, and Leonardo on this, and I thought about doing like a comic where it would have been like the 4 segments and it would have been like their eyes, their masks. But then I realized I only had this color and they're known for the different colors. Orange, red, purple, blue. Yeah. Then I was like, well, I can't do that. And then I was going to draw The Last Ronin because that one I believe is just black and white because obviously things happened. But anyways, then I was like, well, what about The Simpsons? Because I think at the time I was playing Fortnite with my family and that season theme was The Simpsons, and I thought about the nuclear waste and the fish with 3 eyes. So I said, oh, what if I just do that and make it a dog instead, because my pup was chilling. So I said, oh yeah, let's draw a mutant dog. So this dog has 3 eyes, 3 tails, 4 legs, and I think that was just because I wanted to keep it like that. And then on the name tag, I did the little signature. It's those little things that kind of keep it. But look, they're just so adorable. Although, looking at it, I could have drawn the other ear like coming down right here, and I think that's what I had here originally. But then I should have done that instead of just having the one. But until now, you probably didn't notice, or if you did, it could have just been tucked away here as like a, oh, there's that. Day 69. Nice. This one blew up, and this one, the algorithm is so weird. All it was Weeping Willows, and now that I have obviously had the comments and I went back and looked at it, I drew a Weeping Willows, or Weeping Willows. I realized there was more than one I should have did, but then the way I was doing this, it would have been just a scribble mess. But Weeping Willows, yeah, okay, we're still in. I got confused with Spanish moss, and that was my bad. So everyone that watched it, I'm sorry. I made a terrible mistake. But yeah, this one blew up out of nowhere, and it got like, I think like 3,600 or 3,000 or something. Anyways, yeah, not much about that. I was trying to do like a whole minimalist sort of thing, and well, you got the point across, right? That's what we are achieving here. And that was day 61 to 69. Now we have day 70 to 80 left. So I guess I probably should have just waited until I did 70. Anyways. Yes. I wanted to do, I'll just show you the spread for this. Look at that. Isn't that so nice? Don't worry about that. I'll explain that in a second. Look at this. Beautiful. So, yeah, oh man, that really did rip off, huh? Yeah, I don't think I can get this off. I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Skeptical. Anyways. Day 70 prompt was grappling hook. And I thought of Gravity Falls with Mabel and her grappling hook. And then I thought of Kim Possible in the theme song where she grappling hooks herself as it spins to show Kim Possible, and she like swings out and does a transition. I thought of that, and so I drew myself with the grappling hook going towards a building because I never understood. I don't even think they show on camera. No, they do. They do. Do they? They do. How it works, I guess it like shoots up and the weight of the hook itself goes and then wraps around whatever. Cause I remember Mabel, she like shot up into the mystery shack and it went cause anyways. So I did that and they were following. I was trying to get a perspective, like this would be the street here, these were the buildings to give it some height. I could have done that better. I should have did more details down here, but I think it got lost in the actual painting and inking. But I guess it kind of forces your eye on the character and the grappling hook. I should have did a little bit more. And then day 71 is a shepherd, a sheep herd, shepherd. Shepherd and shepherd are two different things. Fun fact. And that's what I learned with this. I like this one because it got the point across. It had a very minimalistic background, and the sheep herder themselves here. Although I wish I would have did more with the walking stick cane thing. Now both of these are painted, but the issue I ran into was I did not seal these pages with matte medium because I was afraid that it was going to mess up the inkings, because some of these inks were not meant for matte medium material. And so part of this painting actually got stuck on here, and that sucks. But obviously this has been over a month ago and I didn't remember that happened. Like, I'll show y'all. Look at this book. This book is torn up. Wait until I actually close it for y'all to see everything. Day 72. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, we're still good. Okay. I keep checking that camera to make sure I'm still in frame, although it probably would have been easier had I left something like, I guess, this sticky note here. That would have been easier. Oh well. Yeah, probably could do that. Day 72, let me tell y'all, the internet and the algorithm are some of the craziest things I think I can come across, because I post here to YouTube, I post on Instagram, and that kind of like goes to Facebook, or does anyone call it Meta? I think everyone just calls it Facebook. And I post them on TikTok. Now, YouTube, y'all get it first, because I did not make the decision to post to TikTok and to, I think Instagram's caught up now, but y'all get it first because it's where I start, it's where I made all my videos. This one, let me look. On YouTube, this one actually isn't even in my top. Oh my goodness, this one's not even my top. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Dang, it's not even my top 30. That is crazy. This one got under 1,000, right? And on the good old TikTok, as of right now, that one is at 48,600. That is more than all my other videos, I think, on my main channel and everything else. This one blew up. Let me explain this one. It's my country's flag. I'm from the United States of America. Yeah. So I did this with Posca markers because I could not find my actual acrylic paint markers that I got from my cousin Goober. That I think are like 0.1 millimeter to 0.5 millimeter on thickness, and these Posca markers are chonkers. They're like thick. So I ended up drawing this, and I was learning the Pantones, and I kid you not, for the aesthetic wise, I was, I did the 50 states and the 13 round white stripes. My paint markers leaked when I did this, and then it just kind of, as people said in the comments, it looks like the flag is crying. Not gonna lie to you, we'll just go with artist and art viewer interpretation. Sure, let's go with that, because that's what happened. That is the truth. I wrote the preamble: "We the people of the United States, in order to more perfect union," is here in the back. And I wrote it with the Posca marker. I probably should have wrote it with actual ink pen, but yeah. So that one just blew up, and it's what we got. Oh man, I did not think that this was gonna do numbers like that there. So yeah, there we are. Day 73, and again, I think, yeah, this one got ripped, and I think that one got stuck when I did a matte medium. I don't even know where it went, because nowhere near here. Where is it at? I don't know. Anyway, day 73, water slide, right? Yeah, water slide was the theme. I liked this one until I did a layer of light blue for translucence for the whole cloud aesthetic, but then I realized I have the sun right behind it. It should have been more of a casting, a shadow thing, but I liked it because it's like you have the first age, you have people chilling, then you have the way that people are walking and how deep the water is, and then the slide going down there. Could have been better. I realize I have also forgot to rate the last like 13 of these. My bad. We'll do a run through at the end, but this one was okay. It gave me vibes of Ed and Eddie, like that kind of style for this. So, it is what it is. Let's go to 74, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. We got 7 more, y'all. Just hang in there. Ah, yes. A didgeridoo. Did I prep this paper? I did not prep this paper. Did I? I did. I prepped this paper, but I didn't even use paint. I ended up using some markers, which was kind of dumb. Not even gonna lie to you. Could have been better. Should have been better. I don't got much to say about that. I think the pose I had originally thought about having a personification of me sitting down playing a didgeridoo, but I thought about it, and the way I would have did it would not have done what I thought it would have did. So we're just no. And then can I be biased? I'm gonna be biased. I did this one when I went to Barnes and Noble, and it was holidays. Yeah, it was the holidays. I did this one and I love this one so much for multiple reasons, because it's a scenery. I love how this looks. Yeah, we're still in the center. I love this one so much. I got the lighting, I got the mood, I got the casting right. I truly enjoyed this one. And fun fact, this was watercolor. Yep, I did this in watercolor for some reason, because I don't think I brought gouache. I think I legitimately bought watercolor because I was working with can I reach it from here? I can. I was working on these watercolor things because my friend Jamie and Jennifer a couple years ago got me some watercolor postcards. They legit have like the postage stamp area and like the way you write. And so I was working on some of these. I'll go through this some other day on my main channel. But that's why I had watercolor. And I was like, F it. I had prepped these in preparation for going out of town for the holidays. So I did that, prepped it, called it a day. I love this one so much. Like, I genuinely love this one so much. And boop. And then it's funny because I did so well on that one, only to flop so hard on this one right here. Okay, Sean. The Olympic medals. Oh, man. I botched this one so bad. Like, of all the ones I did, let me see. Looking at these, there's some of them that I wish I would have done significantly better. And this is one of them. I wish I would have done like a I could have did a whole live study of this, like sit down, put up some medals and stuff like that. Cause this one was bad. I did the fun fact, and this one was based on I think the 2018 ones in Korea. I think I'll have to double check, but they weren't good. So then I was like, let me go ahead and re-up and do better on this one, the Warrior. This one I worked my butt off. The references was on point. It was so well done. And this one on, what is that, 1632. Yeah, this one did okay. Like, it did okay at best. And it's a Warrior from the 1800s. It was one of my most detailed ones, and I think this is like one of my longest ones. And it was with acrylic gouache. Yeah, acrylic gouache. Ugh. There's like, you can't see it in this light, but I use like metallic bronze for all the armor. I like that one. This one is up there for my favorites. Oh, we only got 3 left. Okay. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far. We have 3 left, and then I'll do my review rating and stuff like that. So it's probably going to be about a 25-minute video. So we'll get to it. Stop sign. Okay. So this car is hauling down the street. Do they stop? Do they keep going? Who knows? But they're definitely not on the road. And I wish I would have did a little more shadows to exacerbate that. This car is screeching. This one was with gouache. Yes. And I did like a weird retro futuristic car. And then of course here's like Agent 00 representing like the license plate with my alias on it. This is fun. The fun facts are what keeps me going for these and learning how to do these. My pinata for day 79. People thought this was a llama. I mean, it is, but it was just funny because I was happy doing this with the acrylic gouache. Try to say that 7 times fast. And the colors are fine. The inking is what made this chef's kiss. But I had contemplated doing like the Viva Pinata super throwback. And I also thought about having like the pinata being smaller and then the candy falling and stuff. But there's so much more to this. I put send help here. No one caught that. No one ever mentioned it. I think I even zoom in on it. I just thought that was like a pinata. I was like, help me. Day 80. Ah, yes, day 80. Let's go ahead and sea lion. Coliseum. I wanted to hark back to my, oh man, what day was that? Oh man, it was a while ago. One of my personal favorites that I did I probably should start putting like little tabs for my favorite ones. If I can't find it, it was the one I did of a perspective where I ended up, not the Stranger Things one. Anyways, it's the red outline, has like all the inking and scratches and stuff like that. And I genuinely love doing this one. This one did not do well at all. Let me see. Actually, it did. It's in my top 6, 12, 18, 16, top 16. I put so much time into this one, but isn't it like that? Like the ones you put most time into doesn't do well. That was this one. Okay, yeah, you are still good. So there we are, day 61 to 80. Now you may be asking yourself, Sean, what was your favorite? I was kind of biased. Like, out of these 20, what were your favorite ones? Well, dear viewer, oh yeah, let's see. La 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 la. The top one, like the number one, in my personal opinion, okay, my top 3, going from 3rd, 2nd to 1st. Oh yeah, Coliseum, number 3. Detail, I don't do a lot of detail, but I thought I did really well with this one, and it looks really nice. Only thing I could have probably did more was add a little bit of like scenery. Even though I think the reference photo didn't have a lot, I could have added more clouds and accentuated like the distance. That was number 3. I give that one, I give that like an 8. I'm gonna do solid numbers because I can't do like the nitty gritties. So 8. Number 2 was gonna be The Warrior. I personally thought I executed it well. It was phenomenal. What I should have done was add a little bit of light blues to give the dark blues and the blacks a little bit of a variation. And then number 1, obviously you saw it in the video, Power Lines. I love this one so much. Like, I truly thought I did amazing. I thought I did good. Warrior, I give it a 9, and then this one I would give it a 10. If we're being super nitty gritty, I would end up giving the Coliseum like an 8.3. I'd give the Warrior a 9.2, and I give this one a 9.7. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the thumbnail real quick. That's funny because the way I have this one. Thank you so much for watching this 200 arm prompt day 61 to 80. The next one is going to be 81 to 100, and after I do that compilation, you will see that in like 2 weeks. But on my main channel, Agent Double Sonic, I will have the main video where I actually go through all 100. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Look at that. By the time this book finishes, it's probably going to be like this. But like if I squeeze it flat, that's almost 100 drawings / paintings done in this book. And it's not even like 100 daily drawings or 200. It's just a 200 drawing prompt. This book has seen much better days. So I'm hyped. But on my main channel, I will be having a 1 to 100 review of this entire thing. And that one on my main channel, I don't have a single short. And before I don't tell y'all correctly, let me check. On my main channel, I don't think I have a single short from this book. No, I don't. Yeah, I really don't. So, yeah, we're going to go through all 100 drawings. I was going to go live creating the 100th drawing. And for those unaware, day 100 is racetrack. So I have to go create like a concept art for it and everything like that and think about what I'm going to do. Then I do my research and then go from there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I know I said 25 minutes about 5 minutes ago, but if you're interested in any of my channels, Agent Double Sonic is my main one, Agent Double Sonic Shorts. If you want to see behind the scenes of other videos that I create and stuff like that, or just little progress updates that you don't see on this channel or my main channel, check that one out too. Peace, love, and hot sauce. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Goodbye.